So this is my fight breakdown for Ben Whittaker versus Ezra Arenyeka. Uh, Definitely gonna be a good fight. I definitely think Arenyeka is somebody who has a lot of power, center of gravity. His defense isn't exactly the best thing, but I would say his offense is definitely calculated as far as the strategy. Um, he does have holes in his game that could be exploited, but I feel like his strategy overall is probably his best attribute that he brings to the table as far as his mental and what he thinks about. He doesn't really put himself in positions to really hurt himself. I've noticed that a lot of people that Whittaker goes against, they put themselves in a bad position. Yet, mind you, now punches do get between the guard of Arenyeka, but I feel like overall he goes to the body well with the jab. He's consistent with his jab too. Sometimes he leans too much with his jab. I feel like Whittaker could possibly be in the same position as far as those two probably leaning into punches too much. But that's just with their experience and what they've been through in the fight game, that's expected. But overall, I feel like he's definitely at the top level right now as far as where he needs to be for this fight because with Ben Whittaker coming in, his confidence is already through the roof, and not only that, he's kind of playing mind games right now. You know, Arenyeka wants to get into competition as far as back and forth with Ben Whittaker, but I feel like more so than that, he should actually just do what he does in the ring because once he can be able to do what he can in the ring, he will always be in a certain situation to where a guy would get frustrated and everything else. So him talking in the ring is pretty pointless when you really think about it. He doesn't really need to bring much to the table as far as talking outside the ring or anything else. Once he gets in the ring and he does what he does in the ring, Ben Whittaker gonna definitely bring the best out of Arenyeka. But I feel like his jab and him going to the body overall, it puts him in a good position. I feel like Ben Whittaker definitely needs a lot of respect when it comes to his fundamentals, his speed, power. I feel like the accuracy on his punches. He works a lot on his game. Like a lot of things they kind of expect from him as far as his style, and it gets compared to Nassim and everything else. But overall, I feel like he has his own type of style, and what he does, it frustrates guys. And sometimes it leads to a knockout, sometimes it doesn't. It just leads to a one-sided victory. But overall, I feel like he does an excellent job, man, in fights. And the last guy he went against, I forgot what his name was. I think the blonde-haired guy, he did a great job in the fight. I think he lasted the whole fight without a knockdown or being knocked out. But he did an excellent job in the fight. I think Whittaker learned a lot of things from that fight. Just focusing on going to the body a lot more, not head hunting. Switching up his punch selection as far as where is he gonna go, the timing, the rhythm, everything else that he brings to the table. He's good at distance, but I think his speed was a lot better overall when he goes and does certain things. But if he can stay consistent over time of the fight, he can definitely, as far as the jab to the body, he can definitely put Arenyeka down. Cause Arenyeka, he's gonna try to go to the body a lot. I feel like Whittaker gonna try to turn, use angles, throw a lot of hooks, right hooks, left hooks. I feel like more so, if I was being Whittaker, I would focus more on right hooks because he does like to lean into the left hooks a lot of times. But I feel like the right hook is definitely something that I would try to focus on a lot more, just because I know that Arenyeka, he leans a certain way. His head goes a certain way. I think Arenyeka's head goes towards Ben Whittaker's left hand, but if he can come around with that right hand after a jab or something like that, he can definitely make something happen. I feel like with Whittaker throwing a lot more hooks, and he'll be able to focus on the jab, but throwing a lot more hooks and different things like that. And overall, would that be a situation where he will put himself in harm's way, or would he be in a position where he'll be able to get off a lot of shots? I feel like he'll be able to get off a lot of shots once he turns. I feel like Arenyeka is gonna come and try to be a forward fighter, but he's gonna turn his angles and use his hooks. In my mind, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he's definitely gonna do that. His speed and everything else is a lot better, and I feel like Ben Whittaker will be able to take this fight. It's gonna be a tough to get a knockout. Definitely gonna be tough to get a knockout. I feel like he doesn't have to focus on a knockout. Um, he's not gonna play it safe, but he's gonna try to get some growth in this fight. I see a decision in this fight for Ben Whittaker. It's gonna be somewhat of a tough fight. He might be able to get a knockout in this fight, but I feel like he's definitely gonna be focused on this fight and be ready. And he's definitely locked in. And Arenyeka, he's gonna be a guy that's gonna cause some trouble, but I feel like he's gonna leave a lot of loopholes to where you can definitely get in on some situations. But with Ben Whittaker, if you can make Ben Whittaker go backwards with Arenyeka, then you got a situation where make him fight off the back foot. If you can do that, then you're definitely in the ball game. But you also have to be able to dodge a lot of shots and take some punishment. So, but that's all I got though. Like and subscribe.